Hello everyone, my name is Derek Crazyface, and today we'll be playing some Clash Royale. Right, now last time we played using this deck here with Elixir Wizard and the Log, and today I'm going to do a slight variation of this deck with Lumberjack instead of Elixir Wizard and with arrows instead of Log here. And the Lumberjack instead of Elixir Wizard, my reasoning behind this is that with this Golem deck and with it all being about big pushes, I would really like something with a lot more firepower than the Elixir Wizard, especially with the Rage spell. That can help out a lot. But the main weakness that this creates whenever I switch out the Elixir Wizard for the Lumberjack is that I don't really have any good defense against minions anymore. At least it's a lot more difficult. Of course I have the Baby Dragon and I have the minions, but with stuff like Minion Horde, it would be really, without the Elixir Wizard, it would be really nice to have arrows instead. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and go into our first game. As you can see, I just won my first game as a warm-up. So let's see how well we can do. Alright, and we were lucky enough to start off with the Elixir Collector. Alright, and I'm just gonna place that down right here in the middle whenever I can. Which can be risky. Okay. He played an Elixir Collector of his own, which is interesting. I'm probably going to Lightning that, which is also slightly risky, but if I do this, then he only gets one pump off from the Elixir Collector instead of two, which is what he would normally get. But okay. And now he's coming down here with the Golem, and with this deck, the best thing they usually do against this is to fight a Golem with a Golem, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And hopefully this doesn't get too bad, because I do realize that, okay, so maybe this can be good for me. Since his Baby Dragon is focused on my Golem, maybe I can go ahead and get some good value by killing it right there, and I did, which is good. And he spent a lot on that Zap too. It's a bit scary, and okay, I'm gonna play some skeletons to make sure he doesn't get too much value. Okay, and this looks pretty bad, guys, but he does still have to deal with this, and I do have my Elixir Collector in hand. And okay, he plays his own Baby Dragon, which is interesting. I believe I'm just going to ignore this at this point. Now my main goal here would probably be to defeat him in this same lane, in this right lane here, with Golem versus Golem. And then once I win that exchange, hopefully, because I have the Elixir advantage, I then use what's left over of my push to take out the left tower in overtime. So let's see how my plan works out. Whenever I'm creating these pushes, I have to keep in mind what he has. I know that he has Mini P.E.K.K.A, which is pretty frustrating for our push. But okay, he has Mini P.E.K.K.A and he has Lumberjack, which is very interesting. Now I want to take out his Golem as fast as I possibly can. And okay, you know what, guys? I'm gonna go in for my second Golem push right here. And this should be pretty good for us. And he's gonna, okay, our Lumberjack just went off. I'm gonna play an enraged Lumberjack here. And I'm gonna place minions in too. This is really good, guys. I'm gonna get so much damage. Oh, look at this! The Lumberjack on the left is going for that tower. Look how much damage it's doing. I'm taking out everything, guys. This is great. Okay. I probably should have. Okay, I'm just gonna place a Golem here. This is great, guys. There's no way that he can win this at this point. All I have to do is just get a little bit of damage off on this tower right here. And okay, it looks like that's not possible, but and I do have to be a little bit fearful of his own Golem pushes like this one here. Crap, I don't have anything to deal with it. So this is pretty interesting defense that I've come up with right here, just because our hand was so weird, and he's being pretty resourceful, although he should be losing. In all honesty, he should be losing, but he's been pretty resourceful. And here with this, he might actually kill me here. And I've lost the game. Oh, that was extremely interesting. That was just crazy stuff. He has the Lumberjack and the Mini P.E.K.K.A, which made it quite difficult to defend against. I'm trying to think about what I did wrong, but so much stuff was going on that it's difficult to do that. And whenever that happens, whenever I can't figure out what I did wrong, I almost always look at my replay. Alright. And let's see what we did wrong here. Okay, I'll go and play it at about 2 times speed. Okay, Elixir Collector's first move. There can't be anything wrong with that, especially against another Golem deck. Okay, but it was a little bit, he placed his Golem here, and then we didn't really have a Golem to respond, so we had to kind of waste the skeletons here before we placed our own Golem in defense. We're probably too slightly slow on placing everything, but this should be okay. I did a good job just killing his, and then the tornado there, a tornado zap, I'm not sure if that was quite a good idea. I don't know, this is very interesting, because I feel like I made okay moves, but it was still very difficult to defend against him. But I was able to get this massive elixir advantage. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and then I placed the golem right here, which was a bit risky because he could have placed the golem right on the bridge right there, and it would have been somewhat difficult to defend against. But even then, I think I would have been fine. Even if I did take damage, my elixir advantage would be so huge, I might even be able to go for a 3 crown there. And here I just soaked through his golem extremely quickly, and then placed my own golem here, and it was just perfectly. The lumberjack was able to go behind. Oh gosh, there's just so much happening at once. He can't possibly defend against all of this. And then the minions, okay. Now, okay, let me wait. Okay, here I feel like I should be winning. And I'm thinking, I think this golem right here was my biggest mistake. Because, like I said before, I want to defend golem pushes with my own golem pushes. And in this way, I just can't do that. And I was really overestimating my own pushing power, my own way in. What I should have done is just place my golem at the back here, so that if he places a golem here or a golem here, at least I have this golem to soak up all of his attacking troops, and then I can just attack his tower later on. And what is kind of embarrassing from my part is I might have been able to win just with lightning and arrows, but I can't quite remember how much damage they do. I believe lightning is about 342 and arrows is about 98, I believe. But anyway, this was I think our biggest mistake, because then here he can, with all of his high DPS units, he's able to just take out everything. Those minions were obviously a mistake too. And then here I have to defend against this golem push, and it's really difficult. It's really weird. And then he comes over here with maybe I should have lightninged them instead. Perhaps. But yeah, it was definitely that golem that killed me right there. I should have just placed it at the back. I think I would have been fine. Another thing that we can learn from this is it's very important to know how much damage this does. Of course, this is level 5, but show tournament level. Like, it does 346. 346, and then arrows do 118. Wow. So 118 plus. Wait, no, that's probably not tournament standard. 98. Okay, I was right. I was confused for a second. So 98 damage here, plus 346. Okay, so it does about 344 damage. 444. Okay. And can't remember if that was quite enough, but okay. Let's stop thinking about the past and let's just go into our next game, and hopefully we can kind of avenge ourselves per se for that embarrassing loss there. Going to place the baby dragon at the back. He places princess, which is good. A lot of players would be tempted to just arrow this right here, but I want to save my arrows in case I need them, and it's also much better if I can to get a positive elixir trade on this, and I think, yeah, this should be good. And now see, this is the case where I really want to use arrows instead, is right here. And then this should be a good start for me. I'm not even going to place the skeletons over there. You can see the minions doing a great job. Even with all that he had, I'm at 1694, and I believe I should be up elixir too. So I'm up both elixir and damage, so this is pretty good for us. I have my skeletons ready for the... Yeah, minor comes here too. See, minor can be very difficult, but okay. And the fact that he zapped that. Sometimes it's very difficult for me to play and talk at the same time. But, okay. We should still be okay here, at least. And now, what's going to be an interesting move is I'm actually going to play my Golem on this side. Even though this tower has more damage on it, I feel like I would benefit a lot more if I was playing... okay, good. And he probably won't zap in time, okay. If I was playing in the same lane that he was. And see, him, pretty knowledgeable about deck archetypes, knew that it would have been better to pressure the opposite lane there. Which is pretty good from him, but unfortunately I had the correct cards to be able to deal with it. And okay, here this should be pretty good for me. I'm gonna place my lumberjack at the back. I should be able to get some pretty good damage off here. Although I don't have my best case scenario here. With being down tower damage but being up like everything else. But okay, I'm happy to be up damage too, even though it might be difficult to do that with this deck. Okay, and this is an interesting move. He's gonna get a lot of damage off with this princess, but I believe they should still be okay. Yeah, this looks really good for me actually. This is gonna be a huge push. Especially with that, the rage there. I believe this is tower down, and I don't think he can do all this damage in the next 5 seconds. So yeah, this is GG. So yeah, pretty good game. Felt like we played okay. We did pretty well in this game. So let's go ahead and since we lost one, I just realized the music is streaming on. Since we lost one, let's go for 3 games this time. So I got my lumberjack here. Out of everything, this is definitely the card that I want to play first, even though it's not incredibly ideal. And this is the kind of time when I'm really happy to have arrows instead of log there. That would have been difficult to deal with. Okay, and now I know that he has minor, which could make it difficult for us. But okay, he just played it, so I know that he doesn't have it in hand quite yet. And he fireballs, which is a big relief for me. Okay. Okay, we took quite a bit of damage, but as I said many times, that's okay. I have my elixir collected down, everything's okay. You see, he's crying because he's probably terrified of this huge push I'm about to build up. Because I played my Golem like 5 seconds ago, and he still hasn't placed anything down. Our elixir advantage must be huge. The only thing that could possibly save him is if he places an Inferno Tower and I mess up something. Okay, and I don't even need to place arrows on that. And he missed our minions. This is just completely over, guys. I've completely crushed him here. I don't think he could possibly come back from this. I might even be able to go for the 3 crown here, and those arrows weren't even needed. But yeah, this is really good for us, guys. We've definitely made up for our one bad game there. Okay, and now this is kind of scary though. But even if we lose this tower, which we are, we're gonna lose this tower. I'm still optimistic because we have such a big elixir advantage, and all of this damage on his king tower here. Although, okay, here I'm actually going to go for the 2nd crown instead because it is safer. And here, this is no longer scary because I'm going to get huge value out of these arrows here. And yeah, this is again, this is completely over for him. The lumberjack does go in front, which is not incredibly ideal, but it's more ideal than most support cards just because of the rage effect. And then he misplayed his minions there, definitely, because they're just going to get killed by my baby dragon really quickly. Here, I'll even place a 2nd golem here. And with 21 seconds left, there's no way that he can defend all of this. And then we just get some nice arrows right here. This is great, guys. We've played pretty well, but And yeah, GG. A nice solid 3 crown right there. So, okay. What we can take away from all of the games today is, for one, don't get too aggressive with your Golem. It's a Golem, not a Hog Rider. Which is why we lost in this game, which is the real reason. And then, with these other 2 games, what we can really learn is don't... just stay, after a loss, just stay confident and don't get too overwhelmed by too much damage on your tower. And even with all these little troops, sometimes the best thing to do is just to completely ignore them. Alright, and thank you guys for watching.